Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Right. That's what it is. That's the festivities going on this weekend. I'll let you know it's May something. Sorry, I don't know the date right now. Everything is unrehearsed. You know, not written, no script. It's unscripted. Just straight up just showing life and how you living. And dropping knowledge. Are we gonna be rolling? And you feeling this song? Yeah? Alright. So earlier today, little one, Bambina, we're talking about like me and my oldest with someone younger, because I talk to people younger than me and to see how they think and, you know, get their understanding of things or whatever they comprehend. So I'm talking about my oldest, something that, you know, it's like I always have to say something. I'm always told, like, Seven is scientist. Why is it that you always have to say something? And I'm like, to show the kids. What's wrong? What you looking for? It's not on? Oh, my bad. You got it? All right, leave it on. That's safety. It's the law. All right, so me always having to say something. And I was like, I always told my daughters, from the oldest to the youngest, if something happened, if something go down, let it be known then. Don't say or speak on it later. Don't worry about what people might think or if they're going to believe you. Speak on it so you can bring awareness to people. So if this thing keeps happening from the same person and people saying the same thing, then it's something that needs to be addressed and looked into. So don't wait to 15 years or 20 years. And I'm not dissing any movement or things that's happening with people, that people's coming out and saying things 15, 20, 25 years later. I mean, whatever the truth is, it is. My thing that I'm upset with them about is that I wish that you would have spoke on it earlier. Maybe it wouldn't be so many numbers of people saying that if you would have spoke on it earlier and made people aware. I understand you don't want to lose your job, your career, you don't think people are going to believe you, what people may have thought of you and all that. What's important is those that surround you that really love you and care about you. You speak it up, have the courage to speak on it and speak up on it and let somebody be aware. And I want everybody to be that way. I mean, you don't have to be ignorant or belligerent in how you present your thoughts and opinions to people. I know that people like to curse and use profanity and be a little animated, and we already know that the mad scientist is, you know, what he's on. So I'm not trying to be fake. I'm like, I'm just writing a book. I'm like, I know I say kids because everybody is probably a kid to me, how old I am. But I'm like, you know, those can read at that level. I would wish that an 8, 9, and 10 year could read it, but it might reach a 10, 11, and 12 to a grown person. If anybody can get some kind of awareness of science and math and different things in life, you know, and enjoy reading it, a sci-fi book, that's what this is all about. So, back to the thing I was saying about speaking on stuff as it occurs in your life now, instead of waiting to later. We know how that looks, like it's an agenda or motive when you speak on it later. And this person was, you know, at the same time, Carlos, don't speak on things that's going on now. Just sweep it under the rug and just let it go by. And we never have a conversation or confront whatever problems that we had or whatever ideas or thoughts that I might have to, you know, articulate in the way that we communicate to each other how we thinking, whether we agree or not, but in an intellectual or humane matter where we're just speaking conversation, talking about things at that moment. Why wait 10, 15, oh, this is not the right time, or keep putting it off, and it just, yeah, it builds up in a person. If a person is not really letting out how he think and how he observed and whatever that he might have took out of a certain situation, he's not getting that idea of, you know, how he felt or what occurred to him. So I was just saying, at the same time, you like getting on people about them coming out 15, 20 years, and this is a female. Like, why they come out 15, 20 years? Why they ain't say nothing then? I'm just like, all right, and at the same time, you saying, Carlos, why you got to talk about something now? Or what's going on and how you thinking now? I'm like, we all should be able to express ourselves. So, you know, with the Kanye thing, I think what he was really trying to say is that we should have fought hard and we should have tried harder to come out of the situation we was in. I know we was in a different land and things was going on systematically. It's impossible, but I'm, you know, just like people don't research or go back and look at things to how it was. Like, we talk about Asia and the continents. Write this down. I know you wrote that down. Write this down. Back when the continents first started off, they're looking like they look now, but it was called Asia. The world was called Asia, and before earthquakes and floods and all that, and the continents start spreading, and there's scientific evidence for this, it was called Asia. So that's why people might get the Asiatic man or Asiatic whatever, because the continents was called Asia. When the earth was first developing, it was Asia. Then they start getting North America, South America, and the different continents start getting named throughout time. Always look back at the history of time and not debate anyone. Just get the knowledge of what people tell you and go back to the beginning of it. Don't stop at a certain, just try to get as much of it as you can and never go off what people say. End of lesson. Write that down? We good? Thank you, baby. All right, so, it's just, sometimes I feel like I have to say stuff if I'm feeling a certain way. And I know everybody has motives of why they say things or whatever, but I want everybody to know, from a young kid to adult, if it's something in your life going on, speak on it, talk on it, let someone know. It's nothing wrong. Have the courage, have the strength to stand up to the hypocrisy and those that challenge you and try to make you feel a certain way or down you, or try to make it seem like it's your fault. Whatever the case may be, you might be ignorant to the fact that you didn't know. Don't feel down. Don't look down on yourself. You're great. We all know that you're great. And my glasses off again. And you're going to continue to try to get better and be, a great person. That's today's lesson on this Saturday. We about to go do our thing. I thought while we was in the car, I'll share some information with you. As far as YouTube, because this is where it's going, and other formats, I did see a lot of stuff on there. I jumped out the window, but it was just about putting science and math on there. But I think I want to leave a legacy of conversation that I will have with my daughters about certain situations that's going on in our time frame. Because there's nothing new under the sun. I bet you it's going to be certain things that go on in their lives when they get older that this and many others can relate to. This is just a dad having a conversation with his daughters, how I have it. I talk how I talk, I live how I live, I be real. People always say that's not a good thing, to be so open and honest with the kids so young. I'm like, I don't want to put people on a pedestal and think and let you believe that you can expect daddy to be super daddy and Superman and all these things, or Batman. I have flaws, I've made mistakes, so I'm not going to sweep those mistakes and flaws. I'm going to be open and honest with who I am as a man. And that's what it is. If this affects the book, and don't talk like this, don't do like that, you're gonna make this and that, you're like, man, we don't know what teachers do behind their backs and when they go home, or professors or doctors, lawyers, or entertainers, or anyone. So I'm not trying to be fake with nobody. This is me. This is the person who wrote a book that I hope that you purchase. YouTube is free. No likes, no subscribers, no followers. But if I have a product, or I'm pushing a product, or trying to endorse a product or something, or being sponsored, I put my name behind it, and I believe in it, not just for the money. I will hope that people take the things that I present to them and take a look into it and see if it's something that can make a difference in your life. That's what it's about. Not just taking money, begging money, 15, 20 years, still talking the same stuff and still putting plugs and finding holes in people ideologies and theologies. Write this down. And all that, just go through 20 years asking for money. I'm coming to lecture about a different doctrine or religion or belief, and I'm just gonna find all kinds of holes and boo-boo or poo-poo all over it, shit on it, and now I want you to give me money and stuff, and I'm gonna rock the gold chains and pay my rent. But that information that you plugging in, what have it done for the person that paid this money to elevate them? Did you develop a new form or system of how we should live in this world? You got any schools or businesses, or what did you do with all the money? Like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're just putting people down and putting doctrines down, and keep saying these doctrines not doing nothing for the people. But I said a comment before that it's what they take out of it. If a certain doctrine or ideology is making a person be better, do better, and do great things, because we know there's a lot of great people that do a lot of great things, that believe a lot of different things and doctrines that you pooping on. And if it's making a person better, and if it's making them, I know this one store we're gonna stop at. If it's making a person better, making them get off of drugs, not rob, steal, kill, not be a prostitute, or eat right, or thinking of different things in life, and their life getting better, and they're elevating, and they're in a better situation than they were before, because they're following this out of, I don't know why people continue to think that Christians and Muslims waiting for somebody, like they practice this religion and all these rituals to show their belief to their ideology or religion or doctrine or whatever belief. I mean, even an atheist or you know, if you want to call it devil worship, everybody. But as they're practicing it and doing these rituals, they still living life and might be doing things that's productive to them. And if it's productive to them and it works out for them, I don't know if I want to go to the store or not. Maybe we'll double back and come back here. We're going to keep it moving. All right? Okay? You sleep? Oh, what you doing? You daydreaming or listening? Are you listening? You writing this down? Oh, you ain't got no pen or paper, but we got it on video. You can go back and listen. I'm just messing with you. We're going to go down to this other store. Anyway, that's what I was saying about that. And I keep seeing these people. I've been doing this 20 years. You've been pooping, shitting on a belief, or people particular belief, and talking about the person who brought it, the prophet, and arguing about all these things when it all talks about God. It's all God. Y'all looking at the prophet and the doctrine, but y'all not looking at the big picture of God. And then y'all try to plug or find all these plugs and holes in things. And you've been doing it so long, getting money for people viewing it or coming to see you talk and shock value presentations and stuff, but you haven't done nothing for the community or the people that made them better these whole 15, 20 years of time that you're doing it. Nothing but paying your rent, getting jewels and goblets, gold, platinum, iced out record deals, and paying for features, and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, or this and that, and you ain't did nothing or contributed nothing to society or to the community even that you in, wherever you at. So that's, to me, that's kind of, you know, people roll with that and rock with it and think that these people are all great, you know, comparing them to people like Malcolm and Martin and Marcus Garvey and all these people before. I can go down the list, man. Just the way they were dynamic and fearless, how they presented information without using profanity or curse words, but getting their point across and being intellectual and providing documents and evidence to what they're saying or what they're, how they're getting their opinion of how they're getting what they're reading. And that's what you just go off and find your own. But people be, honestly, she can't hang with Daddy, man. We be rolling early. But this is for her to see and anyone else to see about how people talk about things. And I think that it's good Christians, it's good everybody that do good things, even though they might not be the same thing that you believe in, or you think it's fake or not real, man-made, European, whatever. It provides motivation and inspiration for them to do things. And I don't really think they're just sitting around waiting for somebody to do something. That's not what I've ever got out of anything that I've read. It's always to be a better man, be great, work hard, you know what I'm saying, believe, have faith in yourself, you know, learn things, and that's how you move. So I hope everyone, 13 minutes, see this. I will put it up. Time to time I'm going to do stuff, but, you know, June it's going to start really getting hot. In July, I'm going to just do my thing with the book and sit back and just hope, you know, things happen. I still got all this stuff to raffle those who purchase the book. If it's not a purchase or nothing happened, I'll probably just start giving them away. So if you have kids that want, on my IG it shows the chemistry, botany, magnetism. You can get a microscope, slide and all that, but it's for certain ages. So, you know, if you got someone you want to give to, birthday or coming up or anything like that, then it's knocked out. Daddy Lectures put you to sleep. Yo, this your boy Seven of Sciences. This conversation is with a man who's a dad with his little bambinos. Peace out, everybody. Positive energy and vibes. We back to the lab.